Okay, good morning, everyone. How are you doing today? Good morning, online. Good morning. Okay, so hope everyone are doing good. So, what did we discuss in our last class? Project. What was that? Cloud front, cloud front, and then Dynamo also, right? So, did you guys complete it? Yes, sir. Both with S3 and load balancer. Super. Very good. How about you online? Nice. मजा आ गया? Okay, nice. Abhirav. Super. So that was the project on this cloud front. So let's move on to today's topic. So I just wanted to give something more, a new service. Hmm? Yeah, take your time, Rashmita. Okay. So in real time, what happens is, not now, but now also most of the companies, they are migrating to AWS or not. Do you agree? Everyone are migrating to AWS. From where? From on-premises to AWS. So assume that in on-premises you have servers. Assume that you have servers. Obviously, in that servers, what you have? Application. What you have? Application. So in let's say you are manager. Who? You are a manager of on-premises, and then you are spending lots of money to maintain the on-premises servers. Yes or no? In on-premises, what do we have now? Virtualization is there or not? What is the software name that we use for virtualization? That is in AWS. Normally in on-premises, VMware. Which one? VMware. So VMware, every company, most of the companies have on-premises virtualized. With the VMware also, with the Hyper-V also, Microsoft Hyper-V or some other software. But which is the best one out of this? VMware. So in on-premises, you have the VMware and you have virtual machines running. But you have now requirement that to migrate that virtual machines to AWS. In AWS meaning where? EC2. Yes or no? So you have this requirement because in on-premises, you need to maintain the host machine. Yes or no? Even though it is virtualization environment, you need to maintain the host machine or not. So for VMware, we call it as EXSI server. You don't worry about that. In the on-premises, we have the host machine. Install the VMware. On top of it, you create a virtual machines. Which virtual machines? VMware virtual machines. And then in that virtual machines, what you have? You have applications inside it. Yes or no? Now the requirement is to migrate the virtual machine to AWS. And you have application inside it, right? If you are migrating the server, obviously the application will also get migrated or not. So today we're going to talk about these migration services. And the new service number 60. Right. Service number 60. So we call it as MGN. What's that? Or else we can call it as application migration service. What's that? Or else we call it as SMS, server migration service. What's that? Okay. So we're going to talk about this story today. Okay. So before we talk about the migrations, you need to know about few things, the strategies that they use for the migration. For that reason, we have something called 7 R's. How many R's are there? 7. 7 R strategy. We call it as what? 7R strategy. So those 7R strategies, let's say for example, if you want to migrate the application, what's that? If you want to migrate the application from on-premises to AWS, so you need to go with one of these 7 strategies. How many strategies are there? 7 strategies. For what purpose? Application migration purpose. For what purpose? What are those 7 strategies? We'll see here. So here we have application or server migration from where? From on-premises to AWS. Or you can go from AWS to AWS also, no problem. Okay. What are those 7 stars? The 7 cloud migration strategies in detail now. So number 1 is, we call it as lift and shift. What's that? Lift and shift. As the name clearly says, what you are doing? Lifting and then shifting. Is there any change? Is there any change? No. So in on-premises, you have the server, right? So what you're doing, you just lifting it as it is. Are you doing any modifications? Nothing. You are lifting it and then you're shifting to AWS. So the most wonderful or the most common strategy that people will use is lift and shift. Okay. Assume that we have our applications, let's say for example, Java application, Python application, or any kind of application running in our on-premises. So first of all, if you want to migrate, first of all, you need to see the compatibility, whether that application will run on AWS or not. So we need to do a lot of POC, proof of migrations we need to do, proof of concepts we need to do. So if you confirm that your application will work on the AWS, simply what you can do, lift it and then shift it. Simply migrate the server. If you migrate the server, it has application also. Simply what you're moving the application and their associated data from on-premises environment to AWS. What concept is that? Lift and shift. We call it as rehost. Say that. What do we call? You are hosting on premises, right? You are rehosting on AWS. So what strategy is that? Rehost. Say that. Lift and shift. Say that. Lift and shift. Next, what is that? Relocate. Say that. Relocate. This is hypervisor level lift and shift. So the act of relocating your proprietary virtualization platform. Let's say, for example, you are using VMware or you are using Hyper-V or something. So from the virtualization level, you are shifting it. Previously, I'm doing the only application level, server level migration, but you are doing here hyper level lift and shift. Hypervisor level lift and shift. That is called what? Relocate. Say that. The act of relocating your proprietary virtualization platform from on-premises network to the cloud. In on-premises, if you are using your own virtualization platform, and if you are removing and moving to AWS, then we call it as what? Relocate. First one is rehost. Second one is what? Relocate. Next one is what? Replatform. Say that. Replatform. Replatform meaning lift, tinker it, shift it. Have you heard this word called tinkering? No, huh? For your cars or bikes, we call it tinkering. They'll do, not tinkering. What they do? Little bit repair. Huh? Patching, huh? Yeah. So tinkering we'll do some small changes, right? So replatform meaning you have Java application running or a Java or Python, whichever it is. So you are making few changes in order to achieve the result. But are you changing the entire application architecture? No. So you are making just few cloud optimizations in order to achieve without changing the application architecture. You are doing some modifications in the code. So that is called what? Replatform. Say that. Replatform meaning you lift it and then you tinker it, modify it, but you are modifying the entire architecture. You are just tinkering, making the changes, and then you are shifting it. That is called what? Replatform. Say that. Next one is refactor. Say that. Refactor is re-architecting completely. What is that? Re-architecting. So reimagine how the application is architected and developed using cloud native features. So in on-premises, you have developed your application with your own style, but your entire application architecture is getting changed in order to work in the cloud. That is all what called refactor or re-architecting. Say that. Refactor or re-architecting. And next one is repurchase. Say that. In on-premises, you have your virtual machines or applications running based on some license. There are few applications which license are required or not. But now you are moving those things to AWS. And now who is taking care of the license? AWS is taking care of the license. This is called what? Repurchase. Drop and shop. So drop everything in on-premises, shop it in AWS. That is called what? Repurchase. Next one is what? Retire. Say that. Or we call it as revisit. What's that? So shut down your complete application on on-premises and use it from AWS. Shut down completely. That meaning retire. Last one is what? Retain. Don't do anything. Just retain it in on-premises. Do you understand the 7 strategies here? Say with me: rehost, relocate, replatform, refactor, repurchase, retire, retain. This is a beautiful interview questions they will ask. Do you know? So if they ask like, how do you migrate your application or server from on-prem to AWS? Then you should say, sir, yes, we can do it. First, we need to find out which strategy will be the best suitable for this requirement. Right? And then he'll ask, what are the strategies that you know for migrations? Then you should say, there are 7 strategies. What are those? Rehosting, refactoring, relocating, replatform, right? Repurchase, retire, retain. All these things you can need to. Out of all these things, which one is best suitable for you? Rehost. What the rehost meaning? Lift and shift. Otherwise, here you need to tinker it, where you need to do the code changes, re-architecting. It's very big stuff, re-architecting it. And a drop and shop meaning you are leaving your licenses and going to the new licenses. Revisit meaning you are shutting down and completely moving to AWS. So retain, don't do anything. So out of all these things, hypervisor level also we are not doing lift and shift. So it is better on the application server level to lift and shift. That is what? Which one? Rehost, lift and shift. So I'm not saying that this one will is every time this will be used. It's purely depend upon the requirement only. Okay. So which one we'll go for here? Lift and shift. Understood? Online no? Clear? So there are 2 ways to do the migration. How many ways? Remember in RDS database migration project, I gave also 2 ways. One is on-premises to AWS. Another one is AWS to AWS. Here also, assume that in your on-premises, you have virtual machine running. What you have? What you have running? In on-premises, you have virtual machine running. Inside the virtual machine, you have some application. Remember, application meaning web server. What is the web server that you know? Apache. What is the web server you know? Apache, right? You know how to set up Apache? In user data, we have done. What is the default path for Apache? /var www HTML. So in that, if you put one small index.html page, your application will be there. So in on-premises, you need to have one virtual machine first. What you need to have? Virtual machine. Inside that, you need to have one application. Doesn't matter. Don't worry about application. But you have your server migrated, application will got migrated or not. So that is on-premises, where you need to have one virtual machine. Inside that, you should have what? Application. Now, this on-premises virtual machine, we need to migrate to AWS EC2. Yes or no? AWS EC2. This is on-premises to AWS migration. What's that? On-premises to AWS migration. Another one is AWS to AWS. What's that? You have one EC2 instance already running and you want to migrate to the another one. Then you go for AWS to AWS. In that case, I'll use the service called application migration service. Say that. Application migration service. First way is on-premises to AWS. First scenario is what? On-premises to AWS. Second one is AWS to AWS. Guys, in order to have on-premises to AWS, so what we need to have first? We need to have in on-premises or not? Do we have on-premises? No. But you can consider your laptop is on-premises. Yes or no? You consider your laptop as on-premises. Okay, now your laptop is on-premises. In your laptop, you should have one virtual machine running or not? You should have your virtual machine running. So do you know how to create virtual machine in your laptop? Which one? Generally, I'm saying, do you know how to create a virtual machine in your laptop? Generally, we create virtual machine in EC2, no? I mean, in AWS, no? So here I'm asking you to create virtual machine in your laptop. So there are so many. Online, anyone knows? Online, no? So in on-premises, that means in your laptop, you can install something called Oracle VirtualBox. What is that? Oracle VirtualBox or VMware Workstation or any other tools. But unfortunately, I am using this dabba here. This is not my laptop connected. So this is the desktop that I have connected here. In this desktop, this, and by the way, if you want to, you just need to go to Google and type, what's that? Oracle VirtualBox download. And do you see this? Go here. Okay. So which one you need on the Windows, right? On the Windows, select that and it is getting downloaded. So what you need to do with this? Just install it. What you need to do? Just install it. Okay. So you have installed, should have installed here. Okay, do you see? Oracle VirtualBox installed. So you know how to install it now. Just click on next, and then finish it. Okay. Okay. So this will be like this for you. Okay. So what you need to do is first install Oracle VirtualBox on your laptop. And what you need to do, you need to set up a virtual machine. So in order to set up a virtual machine, if you go to EC2, guys, I'm simulating on premises now. What I'm simulating? On premises. Okay. So what you need to do is here in AWS, we can directly select operating system called AMI. Yes or no? We can select whichever the operating system, select AMI and the launch automatically will be up. But here you are creating a plain virtual machine. Do we have operating system here? No. So what we need to do? We need to download the operating system. What you need to do? Download the operating system. So how do you download? So I'm downloading, for example, which one? Ubuntu. Which one? So this is the place where you go and download the ISO file. What is that? So it's an image. How we have AMI in AWS? Similarly, in on-premises for virtualization, we have something called ISO. Say that. See .iso extension. So what you need to do is just go ahead here and then hit it. And the ISO is getting downloaded or not? So this is 4 GB. How much? So this will take a lot of time, right? I'm canceling it. So you need to download it. Keep it on your laptop. And what you need to do? You need to create a virtual machine and then set it up. So how did it? Open VirtualBox, click on new, select our Ubuntu ISO. Let's do. Click on here. Do you see new? Okay. New. Here call it as Ubuntu machine. Give some name. Okay. So folder where it is storing in this particular place, ISO. Okay. So there is an ISO already here. Where did I already download it? Do you see this? I have downloaded in this place, Ubuntu. Selected ISO. And then here, do you see unattended install? Right? So here we have something called, what is the user that we have? VBox user. What is the username? It's difficult to read. What is that? Again, say that. VBox user. Password is change me. Say that. But don't change. Okay, you can change it if required, the password. I'm just putting the same. Change me. Nice one. Okay, so what you need to do is unattended install, and username is what? VBox user. Password is change me. And hard disk here. In hard disk, how much is there? 25 GB. Keep the 25 GB. And what you need to do? Click on finish. Now what happens? Your virtual machine will come up automatically. Wait, do you see on the right side powering up? Do you see here? So that will come up like this. And unfortunately, what happens is, for me, see now this Ubuntu is coming up. Do you see? For me, this will not work. Why? Because I'm using the desktop. For you also, in your laptop, newly laptop virtualization platform is enabled for new laptops. If you have the old laptops, this will take a lot of time to install it. And now they got an error saying that, please switch to supported graphic device to avoid problems, something, right? So that's the reason why. But you need to do the same way. So what you need to do is, if it is not working for you, so you need to enable virtualization on the BIOS level. Have you heard BIOS? BIOS, BIOS. So whenever you press F2 or F12, it will go to some command mode, right? So there, just search in internet how to enable virtualization in the laptop. Which laptop? Lenovo, whichever the model that you have. Simply go inside it and then you need to just enable it first. Just stick it somewhere. Restart the machine and then do this. Understood? No? Clear? Once you do is, go inside it and just like your EC2 instance only. Go inside it and then what you need to do, see here. I'm just giving some command, install these things. What you need to do? Install these things. Okay, so here apt update, install Apache, enable start Apache. After installing Apache, you need to go to where cd var www html. Inside this, what you need to create? Index.html. So I'll be giving you index.html. You also have index.html, no? Some sample one. So just put that index.html and then save it. What you need to do? You need to start the Apache, enable it, check the status, and for fun, you install these few things here. That's it. And then inside this, you create one small file called migration.txt, empty file. So what I mean is, I'm just putting some data in my virtual machine. I'm putting one sample application here and I'm putting some sample file inside it. Now this file, this virtual machine, I need to migrate to AWS. Understood the concept? Understood? Everyone? I'm repeating again. Do everyone know how to set up the virtual machine? Yes or no? Online, please reply. Everyone know how to set up the virtual machine? So go to the Oracle VirtualBox, install it, and download. I've given that link. Download the ISO file and then click on create new, give that option and click on enter. So this will come up automatically, because for me, this will not support it. I'm just powering off the machine. This will not be supported. For that reason, for me, it didn't work. But what I did in my laptop, I worked on it already. And then what you need to do after that, Once you power on the machine, go inside it and then do these activities. You know how to do these activities, right? Yes, I'm louder. You know these activities, do it. After that, what we need to do now? We need to export this. What you need to do? How to export? You go to file and then do you see export appliance? Click on it. Select this. And what is this here? Ubuntu machine dot. What is the extension? OVA. What is the extension here? Say that again. Online, put in the chat. What is the extension that you get? .OVA. Ubuntu machine dot OVA. What is the name of the virtual machine? Ubuntu machine. Ubuntu machine dot OVA. So simply click on finish it. So this will be saved. This Ubuntu dot OVA machine will be file will be saved or not? So your entire virtual machine will be exported in the which format? OVA format. Got it? Everyone got it? Okay. So you have this OVA file now. Yes or no? Is this clear till here? Everyone? Clear or not? ऐसा बोलो, yes or no? Yes or no? Confident. So don't see doubtly. Yes or no? Okay, if you don't understood, ask me, I'll repeat, no problem, right? Because I'm telling you, this is not your fresher topics. This is not at all these fresher topics. This is a little bit more experienced one people will do. Okay, so okay, I'm explaining again. Okay, I'm explaining again. Tejas, a little heavy. If this is heavy, then how do you do DevOps? Huh? Don't feel like it is heavy. It is normal thing, but it is something new that you are getting it. You should feel happy that you are getting new things. Okay, say again I'm reading. See here, first what you need to install, what is the requirement? Requirement here is in on-premises, we have the virtual machine. And that virtual machine, I need to migrate to AWS. AWS meaning where inside AWS? EC2. That is my scenario requirement. So for this, what we need to have, simply I can ignore this task saying that we don't have on-premises, we cannot do the practicals. As I cannot say this to you, I want to show you something really good. For that reason, I'm simulating the on-premises for you. So on-premises, how do we simulate? You need to assume your laptop is your on-premises, like how we did the storage gateways and all, in RDS and all. In RDS also we have installed Postgres in our laptop or not. Similarly, you need to have a virtual machine installed in your laptop. So now next task is how to install virtual machine, how to create a virtual machine in your laptop. So how to create? So we need to have one software to create the virtual machine or not. So what is the software that we use? Oracle Virtual Box. Say that. So install that Oracle Virtual Box. Once you install it, open it. Once you open it, what will happen? Click on new. And before creating this, we need to download the ISO file or not. ISO file is nothing but it's an image. What is that? Image. So we download that image. Now we have Oracle Virtual Box and the image is also ready. So what we need to do now? We need to create a virtual machine. So how do you do that? Open Virtual Box and click on new. And then select your image ISO and then give that information what I have showed you and click on finish. And your virtual machine will come up or not. Just follow it what it is showing. Enter, just follow how to install it. Just follow it, install it. And then once you install, I have given you desktop version. Which version? Ubuntu desktop version. It looks like your normal desktop only. Even though Ubuntu is Linux, I am giving you desktop version. So it will ask log in with what is the username that we have given? What is that? VBox user. What's that? Now your virtual machine will come like this. VBox user, enter password. Password is what? Change me. Enter, log in inside it. And then open terminal. What you need to open? Open the terminal. So here I say log into virtual machine with the username. What is the username? VBox user. and password is change me. Change me. And then what you open? What you need to open? Terminal. Open terminal and then run these commands. Finish it off. And then what you need to do? Once you are done with it, power off the machine. What you need to do? Power off the virtual machine. Once you power off, what we need to do now? Export. How do you export? Go to file, export, select the part, and then click on finish. What is the extension that you get? .ova. What is that? .ova. So select that OVA. I mean, automatically you get OVA and click on finish. That's it. And your OVA file will be ready or not? Okay. That OVA file is ready. Somewhere I put that file. It's not there. So OVA file is ready now. Now I want this OVA file to upload in S3. Where? You know how to upload? You have the file normally and you have upload to S3. Let me log into my account first. Is it clear now? But in on-premise, do we do all these things here? We don't do it because we already have the virtual machine running. But the only directly file is index.html. Rashmita, we are using Apache, right? Okay. So in on-premises, you have the virtual machines running. What you need to do? Directly create a OVI file. What you need to do? Just export OVI file. That is the only thing that you need to do it in on-premises. But everything will be readily available or not. As we don't have on-premises, you are installing Oracle VirtualBox, so creating the virtual machine, downloading the image, installing some stuff, and then now you create a OVI file. Okay. So I go to S3 and then create one bucket. I created a bucket called RIA migration bucket, and inside that I have uploaded the OVA file. Clear till here? Till here is one task. Clear, everyone? Online, clear, please. Any questions still here? Okay. All right. So now what we need to do is this is your laptop. Okay. Exactly, Ranjan. What is that OVA file will contain? That OVA file will contain all the things that you have inside the virtual machine or not? So what you need to do is, this is your laptop. This is S3. What did we upload in S3? Lord, OVA. Then, sir, we don't want to set up, what is that? We don't want to set up virtual machines. We don't want to do, please give me this OVA file directly. I can give that. You can directly use it. No issues. But I want you to try to create virtual machine by your own. It will be fun while doing it. Okay. So now what we do is, Nana, this is your laptop. In your laptop, what you need to do is, you already installed what? Oracle VirtualBox. And then download. What you downloaded? ISO. Very good. Image. And then create what you created? Virtual machine and setup. Okay. And then export OVA and upload to. We did this in your laptop. Now what I need to do is, in your laptop, install AWS CLI now. What you need to do? Install AWS CLI. We can launch EC2 instance. We can do it from there also. but I want you little bit different. We'll do it from your laptop itself. Remember AWS CLI session we have completed? In that I have given one task to set up AWS CLI on our laptop also. Have you done that? Did you install AWS CLI in your laptop? What is that in Windows? What is a file extension that you get? How to install? AWS CLI.msi file or not? Right? Okay. So install AWS CLI on your laptop. And then open terminal. What do you need to open? Let's open terminal. Terminal is nothing but watch one. CMD. Can I? Okay. Check AWS is there, version is there or not. AWS CLI version is installed already. Nice. So now what I need to do is, I need to authenticate it or not. What is the command to authenticate? Very good, Nana. What is that? AWS configure. Now it is asking for what? Access key. So where should I get the access key? IAM. Users, security, credentials, create this, next, create it. Copy it, paste, enter, secret, enter. And then AP-south-1. And then output table, but I'm just today, already last time I used what? Table, I go for what? JSON. Let's do differently, no? Done now? Okay. What we did here, install AWS CLI, open terminal, and then what we did? Configure AWS CLI or else AWS configure. Configured. Okay. Now what we need to do is, see, what we need to do is, here, we need to run some commands. What this command will do is, this is, that is S3, right? Okay. So once I run some commands, this will call this OVA template in the command, and that command will convert that to image in EC2. What will convert? Image. EC2 image. I'll run some commands now. And with that commands, it will take this OVA and then it will create a image. And from this image, what I can do next? That's it. From this image, what we do? Launch the EC2 instance. So whatever the data that I have in this OVA, all the data will be here in my EC2 instance or not? So what does it contain? It contains my application also, and it contains my data also. So now did I migrate it or not? Okay. That is the whole task that we need to do. For that, what we need to, now we need to run some commands here in my laptop. What are those commands that we need to do? So for that, we need to first create a role. What we need to create? So this role, we are giving that VM import. What is that? Because I am importing this S3 to the EC2 instance, right? So for that, we need to create a role. So role is there, the code is there already. You just need to copy it and create a role. So let's go. Done. Create a role. Okay. Click on create role. So directly here, don't go for AWS service and L. So let's take something new here. Which one? Custom trust policy. and I have the code already, right? Remove this and then paste this code. Okay, now you have to follow this correctly. Okay, and click on next. And then do you want to, what kind of permissions do we are adding here? What are we dealing with? Which services we are dealing? One is S3. I'll go with that. S3 full. Another one EC2. Next, and I call it as, what's that? Role name is migration role. Click on create role. Okay, now. See now what I did? Create a role. IAM role. What I need to select? Custom trust policy, copy paste the below code and assign admin permissions or go with EC2 and S3. So we can go for EC2 or S3, but it's better to go for what? Admin permissions, because so this VM export or import will be considering, let's go whether EC2 S3 is enough or not. If it doesn't work, then we give the admin permissions. This step is clear. Everyone online clear, Nana? Responses, Nana, please. This is very, very important if you want to do the migrations. Okay. So now what we need to do is, I need to create one JSON file. What I need to create? I call it as containers.json. Say that. Container.json. And in this JSON, what I'm mentioning is, I'm mentioning the bucket name. Say that. And I need to mention the object name. So in S3, what is my bucket name in S3? RIA migration bucket. What is the object name? Ubuntu latest.ova. And same thing, right? Format is OVA. And you can give any name, my Ubuntu OVA. So I'm creating one JSON file. How to create a JSON file? Go here. And what do you need to do? Just create new. Go for text document. And what is that? Container dot. Just give container. You can do save as also if required. And then I'm just going for container one because I already have the, open it. And what you need to do? Not this. I'm showing how to create JSON file also. Okay. And then what did you do? Save as. Save as what? Put all files and container one word JSON. JSON file is there now. Okay. Fine. So I have containers.json file is readily available. Okay. Now what we need to do is we need to run this command. What we need to run? See, say with me. What command is this? CLI command or not? In our laptop, you need to do is, what is the command? AWS EC2. What I'm doing? Import image. And what is the description I'm giving? My Ubuntu OVA. And then what is the container? What is the JSON? Container meaning from where do you get the OVA file? From S3, right? To directly, instead of giving S3 bucket, I'm creating a JSON and giving the S3 details here. So simply what I do, I need to call my containers.json or not? And then what is the IAM role I'm providing? Migration role. So Kiran, now you understood. In order to do this import image, so import image need a role which contains, which need to talk to EC2 and S3. For that reason, we created a role. Understood? You understood this point? Online? Okay, I'm repeating this again for you. So what we did here? So you understood how to, so we created a IAM role. What we created? IAM role. Is this clear? Creating IAM role? Next, what we need to do is, we need to create a containers.json file. You know how to create container.json file? Copy paste this code. What this code contain? This code contain our S3 information and OVA information. Now I need to run a command. What I am doing here, I'm importing a image. Guys, with this, what will happen is, I'm running this command here. So after this, what we did here, create a IAM role. Create a IAM role. After that, what I created? create containers.json. I should have bigger table, bigger box. Should I go for bigger box? Oh. Bigger box. This much big your laptop is, huh? Okay. Now this is your laptop. So after creating containers.json, what does the container.json contain? S3 information. What is called S3 information. After that, what we need to do is import run CLI command. What does CLI command will do? Import. What it does? Import image. When you run this command, import image command, and I'm passing what? See here, import command, import image command. I'm passing what I'm passing here? containers dot JSON I'm passing, right? So when you're running it, this will get the information about from S3, and what it do? It will creating the image. Guys, you understood what this command is doing now? Exactly, Kiran. Everyone understood what this command is doing? This command is taking the information from S3 and then it is creating a image. Okay, let's do this. But guys, remember, here you need to give your own path. Yes or no? Here I'm giving C users, NIT, desktop, Riaz, material, blah, blah, blah. You need to give your own path. Please keep that in mind. And then here also you need to give your own role name. Yeah. So let's go and then hit enter. So what is the status message it's showing? Pending. So that meaning after some, it is now slowly importing our OVA template to EC2 image, AMI. So, and then what is the image ID here? Task ID is the image, right? This is the task ID, right? So keep this safe. Keep it safe. So I'm putting it here. Okay. Okay, no. So now what you need to do? So we just started importing it. We need to see the status, right? It is completed or not. So for that, this is the command. AWS EC2 describe import image task, import task ID. So this one, I'm putting it here, entering it. And what it says, what it say, what's this message here? Converting. Converting from where to where? OVI to AMI. Fantastic. Now you got it. Understood? This is how we need to do it. Importing the image. Got the point? Online clear enough? And definitely this will take time because how much is that size? 4.5 4.5 GB, right? So it will take time for converting it. So let's check the status again. Now it's still converting. So once it is converted, our AMI will be get created or not? Once the image is ready, what we can do with that? Launch a EC2 instance. Now application will get migrated automatically inside it, and server also got migrated or not? This is called, how to do is server migration. Say that. Clear? Online, is this clear? Super. So that is the first method I showed you. This method. What we did, read with me, read it. Creating VM image and upload to EC2. What we did first, converting on-prem VM to OVA, and then OVA to S3 and S3 to AMI, AMI to EC2. Now you understood this? Fantastic. So let's go for the second method now. While it is creating, it will take time anyways. It's still converting. It take time. So now let's go to the next one. Next one is what? AWS to AWS. Okay, see. Did I use any AWS service here? Not now, before task, method once. Did I use any AWS service to migrate? No. RDS also, I showed you the same thing. RDS, I showed you with the on-premises to AWS, and then I showed you with the AWS service. Which service was that? In RDS for migration? DMS. The second method is DMS. I showed you with the DMS how to migrate the databases. Now here also I showed you the first method, how to migrate the virtual machine to the AWS. And now I'll be showing how to migrate from AWS to AWS. For that, first of all, we need to launch one EC2 instance or not. So I'll go and launch. Till now, which AMI that you are using? To launch which AMI? Which AMI? Red Hat, louder. Red Hat only, right? So we are using Red Hat in order to launch an EC2 instance. For this, I'm going for Amazon Linux. Which one? Let's go and launch one Amazon Linux T2 Micro EC2 instance, right? And then what we do is, that is this machine. This machine. Okay? This is this machine we have. And this machine is there. And then inside that, what I need to install? Replication agent. Say that. Replication agent. No, this is very, very important. Please try to understand. Actually, it's a big process. See, this is my EC2 instance. It can be EC2 instance also. It can be your on-premises virtual machine also. You're getting it? This is your EC2 instance also. And this can be your on-premises virtual machine. Guys, I'm telling you, there are two strategies to do the migration. The first strategy I just showed you. How you're showing? You're importing the image to S3. You're putting to S3, importing from S3, and then creating a AMI. This is one method. Another method, using this migration service, not only AWS to AWS. I can do from on-premises to AWS also. We can use migration service. For that reason, I'm saying here. So this can be EC2 instance also, or this can be virtual machine also. That's why I said it can be on-premises or it can be AWS. But as I don't have here my on-premises working, for that reason I'm going for what? EC2. But you all should be considering this EC2 as what? On-premises virtual machine. That point is clear first of all. Okay? I'm giving you so many strategies to do it. First strategy is I imported it in the virtual machine. I exported as a OVA and I imported that OVA to an image. And then from image, I launched the EC2 instance. I didn't use anything AWS service. Same concept. Same concept. I'll be using AWS service. Which service is that? MGN. Which service? Migration service. Which service? Application migration service. What is that? Same concept. Whatever we have done, we will be doing using MGN also. So, but as I already set up virtual machine in the first method, and this one I'll set up as a EC2. But you all need to consider as on-premises virtual machine. Okay, na? Okay. Assume this is your on-premises virtual machine. What we need to do is we need to install what here? Agent. What we need to install? What agent is this? Replication agent. What agent? Replication agent. So we'll install the replication agent, right? And then what we need to do, once we install replication agent, this is AWS. This right part is AWS. In AWS, if you go to application migration service, as you have installed the agent, this server will appear here automatically. This server will appear here automatically. Why? Because I have installed application migration agent here. As I install application agent here, that server will be automatically visible here in the application migration service. And from there, simply what we need to do, automatically one replication server will be created. You don't need to do anything now here. As the AWS service, it will take automatically everything. You don't need to do. You all need to do is have one virtual machine, install agent. That's it you need to do. And then come to the application migration service in AWS. That server will be visible and you just need to click on create replication server. And what will it, automatically this replication server will be created. Whatever the data you have inside this will be synced into this replication server. And then it will convert that. We call it as conversion server. What is that? And then test everything is working or not and click on cutover. This EC2 instance will be ready. This is your virtual machine in on-premises using this MGN service. So automatically this replicant agent will get all the data here and it will convert. It will create the EC2 instance. It is ready for you. Got it? Little bit tricky, but you need to understand the concept. Logic you need to understand. I'm doing it again, the logic for you. See. Okay. It's not funny me to repeat multiple times. I want you to understand. Okay. See. So now, first method you understood. What's the first method we did? We created a virtual machine where? In on-premises. Say that where? So we created a virtual machine in on-premises and then we logged in inside it. We installed some stuff. We kept ready. And we have exported that to as a what template? OVA template. And I have uploaded that OVA template to where? S3. Very good. And now, next I created what here? With this. So here is done. Next what I did? In your laptop, you install the AWS CLI. And you open the terminal, you configure the AWS configure. And then you created a IAM role. And then you created a container or JSON where you have the S3 information. Now run CLI command. What is the command that you are using? Import image. So what is import image? And you're passing what information? Container information. That means container meaning OVA information. So this command will pull this from S3 and what is doing it now? Creating the image. That is what it is doing now at the moment. What is now? Status is updating. So it is getting created. So once the image is created, what I need to do? Launch a EC2 instance. This is method 1. Understood? This is your laptop or also this is your what? Virtual machine on your on-prem. Second method. Second method, I'm using what? Migration service. What is that service? Migration service. So in this migration service, you have a virtual machine again in your company or in your on-premises. In your on-premises, you have the virtual machine, but I'll be considering now it as a EC2 instance. What is that? EC2. And inside the EC2 instance, what I need to install first? Replication agent I need to install. What is that? Replication agent. So once you install replication agent, this agent, whose agent is this? Application migration service agent. Which agent? Assume you are the virtual machine. I am the MGN, migration service. What I did, I install agent in you. I put a chip in you. If I put a chip, all your information, I'll get it or not. So once I install replication agent on the virtual machine, that entire virtual machine information will come to the migration service. Now this is the right side is the migration service. In this migration service, I can see this virtual machine here. And then what I do, I just click something and automatically what will create? Replication server will create. What will create? Replication server will automatically, you don't need to do anything. Click, automatically replication server will be created. And what it does, it will sync the data from where to where? This agent will transfer the data from here to here. Replication server will get the data now. And after that, you click something. It will convert to one EC2 instance. And you test it. Everything is working or not. Inside it. Your application is there or not. And then cut over it. What is that? Cut over that meaning it will create a final EC2 instance for you. That is, this machine will be here. Now super clear? Excellent. Now I can see your faces. Okay, let's do this guy. Now it is what? Booting. Ranjani says, second one is easier. Yeah. I can directly tell you the second one only. But why did I tell you first one? You need to know that option also. So my students should know everything, not half of things. Okay. So meanwhile, let's go to the second method. For second method, first of all, what I need to install? I want to set up EC2 instance. Let's go and set up EC2 instance. Which one? Amazon Linux 2. but second will take time. So what's the name? Migration server, huh? Okay. Migration server. I go with the Amazon Linux 2. Which one? Amazon Linux 2. Today, as a DevOps engineer, do you need to do all these things? Huh? Answer is no. This is all AWS engineer will do. Actually, the course is DevOps with AWS. All these are all not required for you at all. But you're getting it, right? But you have don't feel that as a DevOps engineer, do I need to do all these things? Answer is no. But this course is AWS and DevOps. That's the reason why I'm giving all the information. Okay. So okay. So 8 GB is fine. And then let's go and launch. So this machine is ready. And what we can do, we can log in it and install whatever you want. Assume that we have installed. You know how to install. Yum install up m install minus by httpd. Create one var www.html. Put one index.html. Assume that we have the data here. Let's go this guy. What is doing? This guy is still booting. Okay. Should we go and connect to this migration server first? And what I need to install? Replication agent. Go here. Appearance. Big one. EC2 hyphen. What's our landing command? Namaste command, right? Say namaste first. Okay. So the second method, if you want to migrate a server and application, use application migration service. What you need to set up a VM or Amazon Linux 2 EC2 with sample data, some files, and install what? If you know Nginx, how to install Nginx. Otherwise, install what? HTTPD with index.html. Okay. So next, what we do? Sudo hyphen. Yes. Log into the EC2 instance. And then what you do? Sudo hyphen s. And what you need to learn here? We need to download this replication agent or not. So download it. And then after that, we need to run it. So let's first download. Do you see got downloaded? AWS replication installer -init. Okay. Oh. Okay. Now, so we need to do this. So we are giving plus X, meaning I'll be teaching in Linux. You are giving executive permissions. What permissions? Execution permissions. You are giving it. So just go ahead and then give this. And then you need to run the installer now. So in which region is this? Access key. I need to mention, put the access key. I need to give the secret key. But what I did, I closed that or not. Where is my access key, secret key? Secret key visible only for one time. I close. So what I need to create it again or not? No problem. We'll create it again. I'll not be deleting it because this guy is using. Create case. Next, case. Copy. And copy this. Okay. Clear enough, everyone? So before that, so which service is that? Application migration, AWS application migration service. Okay. Do you have any servers here? No servers. So what I do now, I just run the agent. I just install the agent. Enter. What's doing? The installation of AWS replication agent has started, and now it is identifying volumes for replication. So it has already identified how much size is this? 8 GB. So all volumes for replication are successfully identified. So that meaning this agent, what is doing? What is the job of this agent? To migrate the data from virtual machine to application migration. That's why it has checked all these things. Everything is perfectly fine. So now it is installing AWS replication agent onto the source server. Source server meaning this server itself is a source. And that machine will come up here in application migration automatically here. Let's wait. Are you are still booting or dead? What it says? Complete. So should I get an image or not? C2. Go to. There is image. And from here, what you can do? Launch instance. You know this, how to launch? Done. First one is completed. How to migrate? So on-premises virtual machine, I got it here. From here, we can launch the EC2 instance. This is how you migrate it. And the second one, I am showing you with what? Application migration. So let's wait until this is done. So after that, what we do? See here. So once we run this command, go to application migration service, set up agent on VM, see server on application migration service. So we have the server yet here in application migration service here? No. So let's wait. Yes, that is also possible, Praveen. But you have separate service. You can use the same service also, right? Application migration, this MGN. Simply what you need to do, Praveen, guys, Praveen asked this question that he need to migrate Azure virtual machines to AWS. Wherever your source machines are, what you need to install? Agent. Wherever, in which country your machine is, install that agent and that agent will get the information here. That's it. That can be Azure also, that can be GCP also, that can be Alibaba also, that can be anything. Okay. So installing. Okay, see here. After that, what we need to do? We need to, it will be initialized stage. After that, what it will be doing? Data replication will be doing. After that, what it will do? Ready for testing, you need to do. And then test in progress. And then ready to cut over in progress, cut over complete. That's it. Doubt? Okay. Understood? So this will be done automatically. What is that? This will be done automatically. So it will automatically initialize it. So let's refresh. No, it will not be coming here because this is still process is going on here. Okay. So automatically it initialize, automatically data replication will happen. Automatically you need to click on ready to testing. And I'll not be doing everything here now because this will take a lot of time. You should be doing in your task. So I'll show you how to do it. Okay. Once replication is completed, status is ready for testing. What you need to do? Launch test instance. So after that, mark as ready for cutover. After that, launch cutover. And finally, once you complete it, mark as archive. That's it. Let's see. Now do you see it showing? Guys, do it showing? I think by this guy is completed. See? This guy is completed. In my source server, my replication agent has collected the entire information and pushed it to where? Application migration. See, in the source server, there was nothing before. Now I can see it. And what is the status here? Initialize, what is that? Initialize, what is that? Initiating. Okay, initiating. So what you need to do? You need to, nothing to do. Just wait. It will be in initiating state. After that, automatically it will be in which state? Data replication. So slowly data will get replicated. After that, ready for cutover. So what you need to do after that? Simply here is there. After it says ready for, so then what you need to do is, you need to launch the test instance. You need to mark ready for cutover and then finalize cutover. We still have time, no? Let's wait. Okay, this will be, it's a time consuming process. Do you see what is it showing? The next step itself. What is the next step showing here? Wait for initial sync to complete. So now it is initial initiating state. After that, syncing will start. Once the syncing is completed, what you need to do? Launch the test machines. And then after that, launch cutover instances, finalize cutover. Online clear, guys? How to migrate? Please ask any questions meanwhile. Exactly, Kiran. Okay, see here. Kiran asked a good question. See. You tell me the answer. See here. This is my virtual machine. Laptop. First method is the first method, right? Instead of exporting OVA, instead of doing all this shit, simply in this, can I install application migration agent? And then bring this also to here. Yes, I can do that also. If I do that, that's the same thing that I have done here. This one is the same thing or not? It's the same thing. But I gave you how many methods? Two different methods. Kiran, understood? The same thing I have done. This also, this one is also your virtual machine only on on-premises. But I'm using MGN to migrate the data. And this one is the another method how to migrate the image to the EC2 instance. Okay, two methods. What it says not ready, it is still initializing. Initiating. So what's the next step? Guys, you need to always look at this. What is the next step? What it's showing? Wait for initial syncs to complete. Once the sync is completed, then it will ask, it will tell what the next step to do. There is nothing technical here. You just need to, what the next step? Select this. And then next step would be do one of the things here. So that will be decided by here next step. Please ask if you have any questions meanwhile. Did you complete it, Dynamo? Huh? Did you create tables and all? Dynamo, huh? Because if you have done so, for serverless project, we need that same. We need to do the Dynamo again, creating table. You should know how to create tables and all. So guys, after this topic, tomorrow we have class. So tomorrow we'll go with the next wonderful service. What do you think? We have covered most of the service. Do you know that we are coming to the end of AWS? Did you felt it already? What would be the next service? Which one? Route 53. Good guess. Which one? Route 53. After that, we go for VPC. There's only 2 topics left, right? And also, I'll be covering you cloud formation also. Which one? Zaki, that is a long things to do. So just go through my pains. That is more than sufficient. Yeah. When I get, I'll share it. Okay. Don't worry on that at all. Okay. So tomorrow we'll go with Route 53. And then, okay. Then let me ask this question because we still have time, right? So this has to be moved on. For Route 53 is all about what? Makeup. Route 53 is all about what? Makeup. No trouble. Okay. So it's all about doing the makeups. Route 53, route. It's all about routing things. So in order to do the routing, okay, now from nasty URL to nice URL. Yes or no? What is our nice URL? Boom.com. So I might be using Boom now. Boom.com is called domain, right? We need to purchase the domain first. What do you need to do? So you need to purchase your own domains. Ajay.com, ajaycloud.com, wherever you go. So you need to purchase the domain. Without purchasing the domain, you cannot do the practicals on Route 53. So the question is where to purchase, how to purchase. So you tell me, as you are doing everything in AWS, it is good to purchase this domain in AWS or outside AWS? AWS. Outside also you can purchase. Where? GoDaddy. Where? But as your entire infrastructure is in AWS already, is it good to purchase a domain outside? No. So which is a service in AWS which help you to create, to purchase this domain is Route 53 only. Where do you purchase it? In Route 53. And you know what? So how do you purchase it? I'm showing you. See, go to Route 53. In Route 53, do you see on the left side registered domains? Click on it. As I want to show you the practicals, I've already purchased this domain. But how you need to purchase? Click on registered domain. And then here you need to give the domain name. And do you see all these are all, what are these called? Top level domains. What are these called? TLD. Remember TLD we learned in our basics, top level domains. So there are so many top level domains and each top level domain have different prices for it. So do you see price with different top level domains? If you go here, do you see? All these are all top level domains. See, someone said dot click. Dot click is how much? $3. Which one? That is the cheapest one, Abhiram? Do you see so many top level domains? There are so many top level domains. So out of this, which one is a decent one? .com. Which one is a decent one here? .com. The first one is .com. How much it is? $14. $14 means how much? 1200. So 1200 price. So you need to pay 1200 rupees and this will be valid for 1 year. How many years? The domain will be valid for 1 year. So not only for 1 month, 2 months, it is for 1 year. So in order to do the Route 53 practicals, definitely you need to have a domain. So if you want a nice name called .com, purchase this. And if you want .click, only $3. 3 meaning how many? How much? 240, yeah? Go with the 240 is fine. So go with that. And then how do you purchase? Go here and call it as, let's say, for example, Abhi cloud dot click. Click, search it. That is there or not? Is there or not? How much it is? Click on select, proceed to checkout, pay, and then finish it off. If you do this, you can do the practicals on Route 53. Otherwise, you cannot do it. Now, next question is, how many are planning to purchase? Raise your hands. Offline. How many of you will purchase the domains? No, only few. So rest all you don't want to do practicals? Yes or no? If you want to do the practicals, what do you need to do? Purchase it. No, sir, I don't want to spend 1 rupee also. Just to watch what I am doing. Okay, second one is better now for you. Okay, so one thing is, if you want to do the practicals by yourself, what do you need to do? Purchase it. So no, sir, we don't want to purchase it. So we didn't pay even the hostel fees yet. In that case, so just watch what I am doing it, and you need to write it down. Okay, now. So it's better to write, because once you go into the real time, if at all you want to do the makeup, you should know how to do the makeup now. So all the things I'm making you, managing to make you the practicals. But this one, Route 53, without domain, we cannot do the practicals. And ACM also, we cannot do it. Remember? So for that reason. Okay. So those who are planning to purchase, this is the method. This is still... okay. Nice. It... yes, Praveen, possible. That also possible. We can do that also. The keys are stored locally. Okay, see here what it says. Initial sync. See here, initial sync 100%. What is doing now? Creating snapshot. So still it is wait for initial sync to complete. So what you need to do, as we have crossed the time, simply what you do the next step, please see. Next steps are what you need to do. It will clearly tell here what needs to be done. So it will say ready to cut over. So what you need to do after that, you click on here, mark as ready to cut over. Before cut over meaning what? Cut over. That meaning what? On premises, and they have moved to AWS. That meaning cut it finally. That cut over meaning final stage. So before cut over, what we need to do? We need to launch not revert testing. Launch test instance. First launch test instance. So it will create. It will say launch test instance. Click on it, and it will launch the EC2 instance. By the time EC2. Let's say it have created a conversion. I told you conversion replication instance will get created or not. Let's see. Do you see? Replication server. In this diagram, I told you this will get created or not. Replication server. So it created a replication server, and that too, which one is this? T3 small, which is billable for you. So it will create it. After that, what you do? It will create a conversion server, test it, and then cut over it. So you need to do one by one. After finally, once you are done everything, so what you need to do is mark as archive. What you need to do, where is the archive? Okay, there is no mark as archive. So you will get it here. Mark as archive. So mark as archive meaning you are done with it. So by the time you have new EC2 instance will be here or not. Okay. And last one is you need to delete this. AWS Engine delete source server, source ID you need to give. So source ID you need to give. How do you get? Go inside this machine and then server info. Where is that source ID? This AWS, this one. Which one? If you go and use this, if you from here you already have this on-premises CLI configured, right? So what you need to do is simply copy this and then delete it off. Because you mark it as archive, right? That will be built for you. Finally, once you are done with all the steps, please delete this last one. Okay. So I'm just deleting it. Because what it's doing, it is now actively replicating. So I cannot delete it. I need to wait. So because it is still syncing. Still syncing. After that, so before going to the next step, you can delete it also now. Or else what you need to do. So guys, you need to select this. Once you are done with this, till final mark as ready to cut over, launch cutover instances you need to do. After that only you have your new EC2 instance will come here. Okay, that is the finalize of doing the migration. After doing the last final cutover, what you need to do lastly? Mark as archive. After that, delete it. Very good. Good. Okay. Good, Anna. Any questions? You understand migration? So two types. So take the screenshots. Take the screenshots. And this one you need to do method 1. And this one. And I'll be posting you this this one in the Google Classroom. So finish it off. Okay. Okay, see. Good. We got it on time. Guys, oi, see here. See. Now what is the stage? Ready for testing. What the next step? Clearly it says. What you need to do? Click on launch instance. So new EC2 instance will be launched here for testing purpose. After that, once that is completed, it will give the next step, what you need to do. So it says mark ready for cutover, it will say. After that, launch cutover instance. After that, mark as archive. After that, delete it. Now can I delete it? Yes. So it's not in. So I need to complete that. Huh? So, okay, or else you can simply disconnect from the service. So disconnect from the service. From on-premises, I'm doing it, Kiran, because putty that is, if this AWS CLI is configured, from here also you can do it. As in my on-premise, on this I have already AWS CLI configured, right? For that reason, I'm doing it from here. You can do there also. Now just delete it here now. Disconnect the service. If you don't want to wait for a long time, disconnect the service and then delete it. Okay, ma? Nice. Anu, take it. Okay, can you get the final CC for today, please? Guys, please complete this. It's very, very important for your, and you can be proud saying in interviews that you have done the migrations, right? You have done application migration also. You have done the server migration and successfully have completed how many services? 60 services, right? One by one, we are counting it. Later, if someone has 60 services, no, it's real, right? Good. So that is all. Let's connect tomorrow with the Route 53. Until then, take care, guys. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.